Hello, I'm Dave, and welcome back to another edition of Show Me Your Winner. And today I'm super excited for a couple reasons. One is it's the weekend and we've got a lot of action. But more importantly, I get to work with a guest that it's been a long time coming. I've wanted to work with her for a couple years now. And when I say she is one of the world's best soccer handicappers, I'm not being hyperbolic. I mean it. I defy you to go find someone that's better. So I'm just going to unleash her. She's got some secondary league goal scorers. She's got a Euro game pick as well. So Ashley Waite, thanks so much for joining us. What do you have today for Sunday action?
Yeah, before I get into it, thanks so much for having me. Like you said, we've been going back and forth, talking about collabing in some capacity for a while. So yeah, glad that we're finally able to get together and make it happen after what seems like about 10 years. I think it's only been a couple, but yeah, seems like it's been a long time. So thank you for the generous intro. And yeah, so I know you and I are going to both have a little bit to say about the Euro match. So I'll go ahead and go into my Norwegian goal scorers first. So for those of you new to me, my main, I do all types of footy betting, but yeah, my little niche, my little, I guess the market that most people know me for is the anytime goal scorer market. So yeah, those are the first two I'm going to go into for you guys here. Both are going to be in Norway, Division 1, and both of these are on Sunday. So first one we're going to go over is the matchup is going to be two teams, Valerenga versus, I may butcher these names. It's Norway, so what can I say? But it's Valerenga versus Sands. Just look at Valerenga, whoever they're playing, then you're good to go. So we're going to take a guy who, what I do is I like to look for value, right? So I look at a few keys. First of all, I have an anytime goal scorer list that has literally like 250 people on it, right? So obviously I'm not betting 250 anytime goal scorers, right, each time that they're playing. So I view, am I expecting multiple goals from this side, right? Is this person sometimes on penalties? They don't have to be, but that, that's a bonus, obviously. So both of these guys are at home. Both of these matches, the scores that we're going for, they're for, the side that's, one's a heavy favorite, one's a slight favorite. And I do expect multiple goals from both their teams, right? So, and they also fit another key that I look for. So I have my own numbers, and both of these guys, I would be playing them at lower odds even than we're getting. So I love the value that we're getting. I would play them. This first guy, we're going to take it plus 137. I play him all the way down. My numbers have him around plus 110, and I still think there's value on him there. So getting like 27 cents of value on this guy. And this is the match that I was mentioning with Valerenga. That's the team he plays for. His name is extremely long, extremely hard to pronounce. His first name is Jones, and then his last name is El Abdelau. You'll be able to,
We'll have that down below. We'll have all the plays down below.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Because like, even if I tried to spell it, you'd be trying to write it down and be like, what the hell did she just say? So
yeah.
Anyway, so Jones, El Abdelau, we're going to take him to score anytime in the match at plus 137. We're going to play that for half a unit. I don't play scores. Very rarely I'll play him for a full unit, but typically it's going to be a third of a unit or half a unit. So this guy, we're going to play at half a unit for different reasons. Like I said, my numbers have him plus 110. Books are giving us plus 137. So a little bit of extra value there. He has scored in 3 of his last 4 starts. So, he's been doing well all season, but I don't really like to look back much past like the last 5 or 6 matches. Current form to me, it speaks volumes, right? So, scoring in 3 of his last 4 to me is that we really don't need to go back any further than that. And like I said, they are home favorites. So we're going to take him to score. And then the next guy is going to be from the same division, also in Norway. And this is going to be Stabæk versus Levanger. And this is another strange name. So his name is Oscar. I believe it's pronounced Naysader. we're going to take him at plus 175, also for half a unit. I was extremely surprised to see this kid. I call him a kid. He looks like a baby to me. All these guys are kids to me, but getting him at plus 175, my numbers actually have him around the plus 130 mark. So getting a ton of value on this guy. I was extremely surprised to see him at that. So yeah, I bet him immediately. I'm if it's moved, it probably hasn't moved a lot because thankfully it's a market that not tons of people have cornered, right? So sometimes the books, they really just don't know where to put these guys. So I try to take advantage of that fact too. That's another good thing about betting anytime goal scorers in some of these lower leagues. When you're trying to bet anything in the Premier League, even scorers, right? The lines are wrapped so tight. Books know when it comes to sides, totals, scores, that these household names of the Erling Haalands and people like that. You're just trying to corner a really, really tightly wound market. So with these sometimes books, that's why it's so easy to find bad lines, because they can't sit there, right, and taking the time to do these hundreds and hundreds of guys who they have no idea who the hell they are. So yeah, you try to find every advantage that you can when it comes to sports betting, and that's just another one. Try to find one that they don't have the time to put into studying these lower leagues. So anyway, we're going to take this Mr. Oscar Neiseder. We're going to take him score anytime, plus 175. He has also scored in 3 of his last 4, right? So another guy whose current form is really, really, really hot. And of the 3 starts that he's scored in of his last 4, 2 of those have been braces, right? So not only has he scored, but he's scored multiple goals. So in 2 of those 3, he scored 2 goals. So I think, if you're we're playing it for half a unit. So I didn't look at what his to score twice odds are, but if they're going to give me a plus 450 or higher, I'll put 0.2 units on that. I'll sprinkle a little bit because he's a guy that likes to score, and he likes to score in bunches. So there's definitely value on putting a tiny sprinkle. Don't go crazy with it, but yeah, 0.1, 0.2 units at plus 450, plus 500 is definitely worth a look there. And so those are going to be my 2 goal scorers for you guys. I love both of them. We only need one of them, is the good thing when you go for these plus money plays. You only need one of them to hit to be profitable, but hey, why not snag both of them, right? Both in hot.
We love, I know our group of people, we love the very esoteric prop bets. We're sort of growing a little community that's sort of doing these deep dives. So to have someone like you giving those out, the problem is going to be finding what book to bet them on. But I'm sure by the time this video is produced, I'm going to put in the comments where they can go to see it with the spelling of the names. And anyways, but those are 2 in the Norwegian League that you guys should look at, and bet blindly. I never say this, but put a quarter unit on it, because that's how hot Ashley is, and she just hit a plus 600 something today. I saw on your Twitter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, yesterday we hit a plus 1,000 score on a guy who had scored in his last 2 starts. So why the hell they had that number, I have no idea. I started laughing when I looked at it. But yeah, so that's what you want. Like as a capper, that's what I do. It's very tedious and it's very time consuming. And like you said, deep dives. That's the perfect way to say it's what I do every day. Pretty much all day long. And when I saw a guy who has scored in 2 straight and 3 of his last 5, and they offered it plus 1,000, I thought I was looking at it wrong, or maybe that was for him to score first or something, but no. And we bet it and had a beautiful hit on him. I think put 0.2 units on it. So, made a 2 unit profit off that one guy. But the good thing about what you're saying is very true. Some people, in different leagues, maybe you're going to have issues if your book doesn't offer a whole lot, and they only offer really like the big 5 leagues or whatever. But these that I've given you, I try anytime I want to show, and even on VIP, I want people to be able to bet the plays. If there's value and nobody can bet them, that's not doing anybody any good. Gotcha. These odds I've given you guys are from Bet365. So
okay, that's good, because I'm going to get all the information. I'm going to put everything in the description. I'm going to do all the editing and the names down below and all that. But That's good to know. But let's move on to the game on Sunday that you're looking at, and I was looking at too for the Euro Cup. It's the early game, Hungary and Scotland. What are you looking for in that game?
Yeah, so there are a couple of Euro matches on Sunday. I have decided to hone in on this one because so we have Scotland versus Hungary, and through these Euros, the matches that I've enjoyed the most, but also profited the most, is taking teams that need something, right? So the other match on Sunday is involves Germany. Right. I have no idea how they're going to approach that match. They may rest a bunch of people. They've done well. They've won both their matches. So we're going to focus on Scotland, desperate. Hungary, also desperate. Right. So I love the over 2.5 here. Just simply of the fact that this is a must win for both. This is not like today when we had like Netherlands matched up with France, right? You can kind of tell midway through, both teams are fine with settling for the draw. Kind of like the gentleman's agreement, right? The wink, wink, we won't beat you if you don't beat us. That's not the situation here with Scotland and Hungary. Scotland got their asses beaten by Germany 5-1. First match looked like they were just going to have no chance to advance at all. But they did turn around, excuse me, and had a pretty respectable. I thought they actually outplayed Switzerland in the second match. They were able to come away with a result, right? They got a 1-1 draw. I thought they were the better team. Completely turned it around from the showing that they had versus Germany. They just didn't even belong on the pitch with them. So. And Hungary, I'm not going to belabor the issue. Same thing. They're just extremely desperate. They've not won. And they're in a position where they've never advanced, right, from the group stages. So both of these teams, and not only do they need something, because sometimes it drives me nuts. I hear cappers talking about, a game, whether it's a baseball game or whatever. So, well, this team really needs it. Well, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like, just because you really need it doesn't mean the other team's just going to give it to you. So, but both of these teams also have the ability, which is another thing that I love here about the over. Neither of these teams has a very good defense. Both of them have the firepower to match each other, right? So I do think that both teams contribute here. I was interested when I first saw the matchup, both teams to score. That's minus 163. I'm not here to dog other cappers who do bet that. Sometimes there is value in that, and I do sometimes lay a number like that, but it is extremely, extremely rare. So I'm not interested in that. I think they both contribute. So all we need here is for one of them to score more than one. It doesn't matter who. We don't care who wins. We just want to see 3 goals. And then we cash our bet, and that's all that we care about. So yeah, just 2 teams. Both of them have talent who play for the England Premier League, right? So they both have firepower, and I like this match for goals. I like 2 desperate teams are going to go at it from the beginning whistle until the end, and that's sometimes half the battle in and of itself, right? Teams, it's hard sometimes to even cap which teams are going to give a lot of effort. Well, we don't have to cap that part here. We know these teams are going to go balls to the wall from the first whistle. So, give me everything that sets up with that and the talent on both teams and the lack of defense. And I love goals here.
I like it too. I was looking at that both teams to score. I have 160 on my book. I don't like it either. So I was thinking maybe adding the over 2.5, but over 2.5 by itself makes sense because you don't have to worry about it. The bet makes sense. So that's what we have, guys. 3 bets for you: 2 Norwegian anytime goal scorers at plus money and an over 2.5 in the match between Hungary and Scotland. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to put all of Ashley's information down below so you can find her, and hopefully she'll come back soon. But thanks, guys, for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.